They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, Raiders. The former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Fighting to step, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Von Miller in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And down inside the 15 he goes. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Keenum. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Keenum. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he will return this one to the 30. Yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Hey, orange arm! Orange arm! Hey, go Roger! Hey, go Roger!
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now after the INT, it's Carr toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Here we go. Down. We're waiting.
Now a play fake here on first down. Lets it go for Nelson. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there. Carr to Nelson. 66 yards. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Here's Ajayi. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Hey, go, Roger.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
29.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And Cook has it left side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he...
Nowhere to escape when he goes down. Brandon Marshall with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Hey, orange, orange! Orange, orange! Round to the hat!
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Good work that time to get them to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Keenan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
22!
They'll try the air now with Keenan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, go, Roger!
Shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Howard Wilson. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Carr, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but That's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
29. Down.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, 7:34.
Here's Carr. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Roger, Roger, Roger. Hey, go, Roger. Down.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. Looking deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. For Courtland Sutton, a special moment. Touchdown number 1 in his NFL career as his guys have now moved out in front. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs.
Jay's going to go. The 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jay Ajayi with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Carlson now to add the extra point. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we're good, we're good.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw is Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And now here come the Raiders. Now on first down. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Now it's a Ajayi, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here now, Johnny Townsend as he's on to punt for Oakland. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Keenum going to throw. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a three-point game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
6:37.
Carr will try it again on second down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
29.
From the gun, it's Carr. Going deep here for Bryant. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Keenum. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, orange!
Off play action, Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Now Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
First down to run with Lynch. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now Carr lets it go for Nelson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Roger, roger, roger.
Off the play fake, Keenum rolling to his left. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. From the gun on third down, Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Dorsett on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Able to power through, and he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Cook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Carr now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Broncos on 3rd down. As bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Roger. Hey, go, Roger. Roger.
From the gun, here's Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The result, a 1st down, as the quick slant gets him 14. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, go, Roger. Hey, orange.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And that is incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. And McManus able to put it through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So out come the Raiders. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Get down. You ready?
to throw on second down. And complete right side to Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And he whips that one incomplete there. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Lets it go for Nelson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And that one results in 35 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They run with Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. On second down, here's Carr. Oh, fighting off the defender. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. This is Ajayi. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Now Carr, got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with a 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Right back to him on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Keenum's going to throw it here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The Broncos on third down. A very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Keenum. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Von Miller in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are close to finishing off this football game. Now they'll run it on the toss. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand.